So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the Murrini onto the bead. So what you need to be doing is heat the spot where you want the Murrini to go. At the same time I'm flashing the Murrini through the flame. I don't want it to get heated up, but I want it to kind of get used to the heat. So I'm going to put that then, and then when you're ready you put that onto the bead and let go with the tweezers. Okay. Just keeping that warm, what I'm doing is I'm just touching that end into there, and then I'm going to just give it a gentle pat. Now you might have a temptation to just squash this flat, but don't. Just keep heating it and tapping it in. You get a much better effect. I like my Murrini just flat onto the bead, so basically I'm just going to pat this in. Some people like to leave them slightly proud like that, or they like to encase them in clear to magnify the effect. These Murrini, which are complex, that means they have different colours at the centre. I like to leave them with the centre showing. If you want to create a starburst from that, all you need to do is heat it up in the middle and poke it with a pick or similar tool, and then that will bring the lines together into a starburst. So basically I'm just going to continue patting that in with my tweezers, and as I said, remember the tweezers now start to get hot, the heat transfers. Okay, it doesn't have to be right the way in because I'm going to press the bead again. Okay, I'm going to take another one, do the same again, basically grab it with the tweezers so the part of the end is showing. I'm going to heat up the part of the bead where I want the Murrini to go. I'm flashing it through the flame now, just to get it used to the heat, and then I'm going to press it where I want it. Don't press too hard, just make sure it's adhered to the bead, and then just touch to the heat, press, touch to the heat, press, touch to the heat, press, and keep going like that, probably about 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 times. You want to be careful that you don't get glass on the outside of your tweezers, because that will then stick to the Murrini. I might just do that. Okay. That's that. I've got one already on the other side. I'm just going to take another little one now. Do exactly the same. Grab hold of it. Just make sure there's a little end showing. I'm going to It does take a little bit of practice, but once you've done it a few times and got used to it, it's well worth it because the effect is very pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just going to melt the whole thing again to get those to melt straight in. Same again, bring the bead and centre it, and then press, and there you go. And what you'll see is those come out of the press looking quite green as I apply heat to them, because it's a striking colour, multicolour. They will start to turn shades of purple and darker green in the flame, which is really pretty. And these can also continue to strike in the kiln, so you may get even more colours coming out. And I'm just flame polishing that bead to make sure it's nice and smooth and shiny. And I tend to give the holes a little bit of the heat so they're nice and rounded, not sharp at all. Heat that through. It's a lentil, and it will go into the kiln where hopefully when it comes out tomorrow morning it'll be a nice pretty Murrini bead.